Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Raphael Varane has posted a farewell message to Real Madrid fans as he prepares to complete his move to Manchester United. Man United are expected to sign Raphael Varane next week. The news broke out on Tuesday that Man United confirmed that they reached an agreement with Real Madrid to sign Raphael Varane. It's subject to a medical and player terms being finalised. It said earlier on this week that Varane will fly to Manchester later on this week, but his Man United medical has been delayed by quarantine restrictions. Man United and Real Madrid agreed an initial fee of 34 million, could rise up to 43 million with add-ons. Raphael Varane has agreed a 4-year contract with Manchester United. There's an option of a further year. Manchester United have doubled Raphael Varane's wages. Man United is going to receive £250,000 a week. I'm not too sure what shirt number he's going to be wearing. I heard he's not now going to be wearing the ideal number shirt, which was number 4. Varane is our third signing of this summer transfer window. But I can assure Varane will exceed expectations in the Premier League. Man United, I'm convinced he'll replicate what he did in his 10 years with Real Madrid. What a centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well. Don't forget we went in for Varane back in 2011 under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. We also went in for him back in 2018 because, if you remember, Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move. But Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. Got a great pedigree as a player. He won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid. You know, he won like La Ligas, Champions Leagues, Coupe de Reyes. Back in 2018 with France, he won the World Cup and he's won like 79 caps. But Varane was a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He endured 10 years with them. He made 360 appearances in all competitions. His current contract at Real Madrid was due to expire next year. Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. Madrid did get Varane from Lens back in 2011. From a Real Madrid perspective, they'll be disappointed. They've lost 2 key centre-halves. You know, they lost Sergio Ramos not so long ago. He joined PSG on a free. And now they've lost Raphael Varane. And Varane, he's highly experienced, which is also beneficial for Man United. Now, I want to give you some more news on Paul Pogba. So, according to Fabrizio Romano, Man United are still confident that they can keep Pogba at the club this summer. It said yesterday that Paul Pogba sets decision date. Says he won't make a decision on his future until next summer. Paul Pogba reportedly told his Man United teammates that he made his decision whether he's staying at Man United or signing for PSG. He told the Man United squad that he's waiting to finalise details with Man United. Man United stars have been working hard to persuade Pogba to stay at the club. Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. Was it last week? It said Pogba rejected a new £50 million contract offer at Manchester United, so reflecting on that, he's set to leave. Sky Sports said it's increasingly unlikely that Pogba will sign a new Man United contract, but Solskjaer did give us an update on Pogba's contract situation. He said Man United are still in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract. Now, reports from France said yesterday that Mino Raiola has offered Liverpool the chance to sign Pogba this summer. Mino Raiola has made Liverpool aware that Pogba could be signed this summer. Liverpool responded to Mino Raiola. They're not bothered about getting a deal done for him this summer, but they'll consider going for him in January. All depends on his contract situation. Liverpool lost Wijnaldum, so I presume now they'll be looking for an adequate replacement for him. I'm very sceptical that Pogba would go to Liverpool. PSG have held talks with Pogba's representatives. PSG are willing to offer £45 million for Pogba. Not so long ago, Pogba was discussing the personal terms with PSG. And he said that Pogba was close to reaching an agreement with PSG to join them. But he has had a long-running transfer saga. Pogba's also been linked with Real Madrid. He's been relentlessly linked with a return to Juventus. He did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. Barcelona have been in for him. It said the other week that Barcelona are working tirelessly on a swap deal for Pogba. Said they was willing to offer us Antoine Griezmann and Samuel Umtiti for Pogba. And Inter Milan have been in for him before. Like I said, if we are to let Paul Pogba go, we've got to get a good, adequate replacement for him, and we have identified Saul Niguez as a potential replacement for Pogba. Pogba produced his best performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season. But at one point last season, he was out with a thigh injury for a while. Mino Raiola has been desperate to get Pogba out of the club. He did a lot of talking last season. He made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He says Pogba's career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave, and he's got no intentions of extending his contract. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. As it stands at the moment, he's our most expensive signing is Pogba because we paid £89 million for him. He's won 3 trophies at the club and he's enjoyed 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. So that's more news on Pogba. Manchester United now have to sell to finance more incomings. I think Man United are going to make one more signing in this summer transfer window. I think we've got a good chance of signing Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid. Man United already have a Kieran Trippier transfer agreement. Kieran Trippier expects any Man United move to materialise towards the end of the window. Kieran Trippier arranged his family to relocate back to Manchester. Atletico Madrid won around 30 million for Trippier. We've already had 2 offers rejected for Trippier. Neil Custis from The Sun said the other week that Manchester United were close to signing Kieran Trippier for £18 million. Then just after that he said Atletico Madrid won't sell Trippier to Manchester United. Not so long ago, Trippier was in talks over buying Raheem Sterling's £3 million mansion. It would be very beneficial though if we could get Kieran Trippier in, because Trippier is a right back. He would provide competition for Wan-Bissaka. He's highly experienced and he's proven in the Premier League, which is also beneficial. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million for Trippier from Tottenham back in 2019. His current contract with Atletico Madrid expires next year. We went in for him back in the January transfer window, but we culled our interest because Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. Solskjaer's priority is to get a midfielder in, and there's been quite a few midfielders on our agenda. This morning I gave you the news on Eduardo Camavinga. Fabrizio Romano's come out and said that Man United are in direct contact with Eduardo Camavinga, but it's not progressing. Romano also mentioned that Man United love Camavinga and they are interested in the player. Rennes are prepared to sell him for £30 million. Camavinga's current contract with Rennes expires next year. But we've actually been dealt a blow in our pursuit of Camavinga, because the player's preference is a move to Spain over Manchester United. But Manchester United are enjoying a very good summer transfer window, because Solskjaer is getting the players he wants to recommend in. And it's about time Solskjaer got the backing he deserves, because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. Solskjaer did make it clear that he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. We have made 3 signings so far in this summer transfer window. Brought Tom Eaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa. Tom Eaton has done well in pre-season, to his credit. Brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. We confirmed the signing of Jadon Sancho last Friday. We've obviously brought Raphael Varane in from Real Madrid. So Solskjaer has spent over 100 million now in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer knew how big this summer transfer window was going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. By the way, our pre-season game against Preston got called off due to COVID. We've got one last pre-season game, and that's against Everton, which I think is on the 7th of August. Like I said to you, I'm not too bothered about pre-season. You know, it's just building fitness levels up and preparing for the new season. We've played three pre-season friendly games so far. Obviously, 1-1, we beat Derby, 2-1. Lost 1, lost to QPR 4-2, and drawn 1, we drew Brentford 2-2. But we have conceded 7 goals in 3 pre-season friendly games, which you can say is a concern. But the new season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Solskjaer has got big expectations to exceed next season. Solskjaer definitely has to win a trophy at Manchester United next season, because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is a good 4 years or so ago now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. We know Solskjaer's ambition for the new season, that's to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. Obviously, these United fans that are sceptical we're going to win a title under Ole. Solskjaer's decision making must improve in the new season, because in a lot of the games he's managed so far at Man United, he has been tactically naive. You know, despite Man United bringing Sancho and Varane and that, it doesn't change my perception on the manager. I still don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. You know, there's United fans that are Ole in, there's also United fans that are Ole out. I think he does deserve at least one more season. But I'm expecting him to get sacked at some point next season. If the club do decide to eventually sack Solskjaer, who's going to come in to replace him? Last weekend, Solskjaer signed a new contract at the club until 2024. There is an option of a further year. I think a lot of United fans were unhappy with us giving him this new 3-year contract, because he won't see out this new contract. Solskjaer signed a 3-year contract when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. Solskjaer's been in charge of Man United now for almost 3 years. Reflecting how long he's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he has learnt quite a bit on the job. And he's tried a few different elements, but Ole hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde, and before Molde he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. And he did manage the Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. I am surprised though that Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager, because we have endured very bad periods under him where he's been extremely close to getting sacked. And obviously we lost the Europa League final last season to Villarreal. But I think with Ollie being a club legend, that's what's basically saved his job. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United and he flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. We did appoint Ollie in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. A lot of United fans thought we did make a mistake giving him the job permanently, but the reason we gave him the job permanently was reflecting how well he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. Like I said, I do have my concerns about Ollie, but there's also positives regarding Ollie as well. I think he has made good signings as Man United manager. I think he's now spent just over 400 million in total. Must have brought a good, 15, 16 players in, or is it 17 players, something like that? Somewhere in that range. Ollie's let a lot of the deadwood go, which he knew he had to do. Ollie has got us to semi-finals, got us to the final last season of the Europa League, got us to the FA Cup quarter-final last season. Which is good, but obviously it's not good enough because Ollie has not proven himself yet because he's not won a trophy. Ollie got us a second place finish last season. He got us a third place finish in his first full season. Got a very good away record in the Premier League. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League for over a year. Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Manchester United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin, and knew he had a lot to do when he came in. And I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect I'm shocked. You've got to say he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Like I've said, when Man United have been inconsistent and when we are inconsistent, Ollie is accountable for certain things, but not all of the blame stems from him. There's still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. And like I've said to you before, Woodward and the Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Obviously, it said Woodward is leaving Man United. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club. The Glazers, they've put Manchester United in so much debt. A lot of United fans have been demanding the Glazers out. Towards the end of last season, a lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford. The Glazers have been with us for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. On the 4th of June, which was earlier on last month, Joe Glazer attended a fans forum. It was his first attendance in 15, 16 years. He promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer would get the funds that are available. I'm expecting departures in this summer transfer window. The players I think should go. I think, we've got to offload to Les. We need to loan Brandon Williams out. We need to offload Phil Jones, but we may not be now, reflecting on what Solskjaer's recently said regarding Jones. Yeah, Tuanzebe is going out on loan because we've agreed to let him go. I heard Newcastle are interested in him. Diego Dalot needs to go. He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. I think Matic has definitely got to go. Van der Beek's got to go. Nothing to do with Van der Beek being a bad player. Just doesn't get enough starts at Manchester United. We need to offload Lingard as well. We need to offload Andres Pereira. We need to get rid of Anthony Martial. Lindelof, I'd say we've got to offload him, especially now that Varane has come in. I've always had my strong reservations about Victor Lindelof anyway. And I think we should offload David De Gea, but I don't think we are going to. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.